So, children, it's Mrs. Tucker here. So I hope you've had a great half-term holiday. We are going to be explorers this week, and we are going to go around the other side of the world and go to a different continent and find out all about this continent here. Now, children, this is the United Kingdom. This is England. We live about there. And we are going to go and look at this big continent here. We can sound this out together to see what it says. Right, you sound it out. Did you get it? Africa. So that's where we're going to, what we're going to learn about this week. Now, the week's vocabulary that I want you to learn this week. Africa is made up of lots and lots of different climates, and part of it is a desert. This says desert, which is a hot, dry land, mostly with sand, and you can see here the plants, if there are plants, aren't very green. So our first word is desert, which is a hot, sandy land. The next words we're going to learn this week, I've got two words on here. This means similar things: rainforest or jungle. They're not exactly the same, but we're going to learn them both. Rainforest and jungle. And look at this beautiful picture. A rainforest or a jungle are very densely vegetation, so it means there's lots of plants and lots of leaves that are really close together. And in the rainforest or jungle there are lots of amazing animals. We're going to learn about those this week. So this is a picture of a rainforest, although you probably wouldn't see this many animals all together at the same time. And our next word we're going to learn this week is safari. So a safari is when people go out, and they usually go out in trucks like this, into the African environment, and they look at all the amazing animals. They look at the tigers and the giraffes and the elephants. So our next word is safari. So our words this week to learn, children, are Africa, one of the 7 continents. This continent here is made up of 50 countries. Desert, which is a very dry, hot, barren land, lots of sand. A rainforest or jungle, which is like a big, thick wood of lots of trees and plants and exotic animals. And a safari, when people go and see the animals in a country. So let me tell you a little bit about Africa. It's made up of lots of countries, and as I've said, half of it is mainly desert, which is dry and hot, and the other half is mostly made up of jungles and rainforests. So there are lots of countries, there's 50 countries, and in Africa there are over 1,000 languages spoken. In England, mostly we speak English. There isn't 1,000 languages spoken. And Africa has got the largest desert. It's called the Sahara Desert. It's got the longest river. It's called the River Nile. And it is the hottest continent in the world. It's not like us where we have lots of cold weather and rain. It's very hot all the time. Now, there's some famous things in Africa that you might recognise here. In Egypt, one of the countries in Africa, there's pyramids, and on the other side, this side here, this is called the Sphinx, and they were built over 4,000 years ago. Also famous in Africa is this massive waterfall called the Victoria Falls. Imagine how loud that would be with all that water tumbling over that cliff. Then a very famous mountain is called Mount Kilimanjaro. It's very tall. So there's deserts, there's jungles, and there's lots of mountains as well in Africa. And then there's lots of national parks like this. This is the sort of place that people would go on safaris, and they have the big animals like lions, zebras, elephants and giraffes in Africa. I don't think we have those in England, do we, unless you go to a zoo. So these are the most famous animals in Africa: the elephant, the leopard, the rhinoceros, a buffalo, and a lion. So they all live in Africa. And then also, if you went on a safari, you might see a giraffe, a hippopotamus, a meerkat, a zebra, a wildebeest, a cheetah, and hyenas. Now this week we're going to read lots of books on Africa, so all these things you will see. So children, that's what we're going to learn about this week. You might want to go and find out some things about Africa yourself, but remember the vocabulary for this week, just go through it again, is Africa, can you say that? Desert, rainforest or jungle, and safari. You've got 4 words to learn this week.